Hare Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Yatah Sarvani Bhutani Prativanti Titani Cha Yatraiva Pasamamayanti Tasmai Satyatane Namaha. Jnata Jnanam Tatha Jayam Drashta Darsana Drisyahu Karta Hetu Kriya Jasmat Tasmai Gyamtyatane Namaha. Suranti Sikara Jasmat Ananda Sambare Vano Sarvesam Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatmane Namaha. Brahmanandatmane Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhandavandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Charamacharam Tadpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadguru Bhagavan ki Jai. Swami Sivananda Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Om. So today we shall discuss on Gurudev, how Gurudev used to train his disciples. We have heard some stories. My relationship with Gurudev and my experience with Gurudev, Swami Sivananda Maharaj, and how these great people, great yogis, and saints and sages, how do they behave in the relative world, in different realm, different level of existence that we are seeing. And we were talking yesterday about a boy, a student, whom I used to tell. I shall repeat this story again, or else new people, they will not understand the story. They will not have the connectivity. There was a student who was very dear to me in my childhood before I come to Sivananda. I used to help him because he was a good player. He was a star player in our sporting club. So he was very poor. He was an orphan boy. and he was staying with his maternal grandfather, and he was unable to continue his studies. So I thought if he discontinues his studies, he will not be able to play for time for games. He will be engaged in some works, domestic works, and will lose him. So I used to help him for his studies. Somehow or other, reserving my tiffin money and collecting little money from here and there, I used to support him for his studies. So when I came away from my previous life to this life, to Sivananda ashram, at that time he felt helpless and he wrote a letter to me stating, "You have gone away, so nobody is there to help me, and I have nothing to eat, no dress, no school fees. How shall I continue my studies?" So it was very pathetic letter for me. I took the letter to Ganga Bank and I was sitting there in the evening time all alone. And I was praying God and cursing God. Oh God, you are not the friend of poor people. You are friend of rich people. Because see how these poor children, they are deprived of their rights in their lives. So I was cursing God and I was having tears in my eyes. And I spent some time in a very, very depressive mood near Ganga Bank. And then tore off the letter through to Gangaji and came away. Of course, I remembered Gurudev. Gurudev, now I am here. The student whom I was helping is helpless now. I have no money. I cannot help him. It's okay. So what happened? Every day it used to happen. When Gurudev used to go back to Kutir, his abode, every day after his morning satsang and office work, at about 11 or so, people used to stand in lines and Swamiji used to see everyone while going back, and if he sees some person, at least for a moment, the man thinks he is quite lucky. So people used to see stand in lines to just have some Gurudev's glimpses. And Gurudev used to talk to someone, some people whom he wanted to speak. And in this way, every day it used to go on. And every day Gurudev used to ask me every day without failing. Ask me, Oji, what do you need? I used to say, Gurudev, I want your blessings. So he will reply, yes, my blessing is always with you. This was going on every day. But that day, the day when I got that letter and I was very much unhappy and I prayed Gurudev near Ganga bank. The next day, when I was standing in the line, Gurudev stopped near me and asked, Oji, do you want some money? He knew my heart. Do you want some money? I kept quiet. I have not come here for money. But yet I am in need of money. Gurudev knew it. And Gurudev asked me. I kept quiet. So Gurudev called the assistant, attendant. Oji Devanand, give him 20 rupees. Every month, give him 20 rupees. And looking towards me, he said, little dosa and idli, little tiffin. And I got 20 rupees. Gurudev went away. And the moment I got the money, I ran to Madras Hotel for idli and dosa. I took idli and dosa for 1 rupee because Gurudev was told, though I had no hunger yet, because Gurudev has said so, I spent 1 rupee. And out of 19, 1 rupee was postal charge, 18 rupees I sent to the boy. It was going on for 2-3 months. Every day, every month, the boy used to get 18 rupees. So in those days, 18 rupees was enough for a student. And he could manage to continue his study nicely without any difficulty. After 3 months, all of a sudden, one day, in the same way, when I was standing in the line, Gurudev stopped there and asked me, Oh, gee, what are you doing with the money? Though I was sending the money to the student, nobody knew it. I was sending it, hiding. Nobody knew it. That day, they stopped there near me, asked me, what are you doing with the money? I have to speak the truth. I said, Swamiji, I am spending only 1 rupee for, as you told, for tiffin, and the rest of the money I am sending to a poor student. Gurudev said, that means you don't want money. Oji, Devanand, stop his honorarium money. Honorarium money. Honorarium. So from that day, my honorarium 20 rupees was stopped. I was wonderstruck. Gurudev helped me, not me the student indirectly. But why did he stop all of a sudden? I couldn't understand. But miracle happened. Somehow somebody wrote me letter from student's place. Something somehow there. You to keep up connection with me. And he wrote something, and I told him, if you want to have a relationship with me, but by letter or by anyway, it is not better than keeping relationship with poor, poor people. You should help poor people. I am quite okay here. Why do you want to have connection with me, relation with me? So the person who wrote letter to me, he started searching for poor people and helping them. And the first person was the student. And people who were related and connected to Gurudev, Swami Sivananda Maharaj and Divine Life Society, in a mysterious way, many people among them started helping the boy. They got to know that the boy is in the need of some help. And he got so much help from the people who are related with the Divine Life Society. They started helping. And he got so much help. He studied up to MA and got a very good job in postal department. He was a great officer, director, and he could carry on so nicely. This is how Gurudev wanted to teach me a lesson that who are you to help? You should not have any ego of helping others. You should not have any ego. I was thinking that I am helping him. That ego should be crossed. So Gurudev, of course, started giving me little money so that I can help him. And afterwards, he respected my thoughts, my feelings, helping others. That was his mission, serving the poor, serving the society, serve, love, give, purify. That was his ideology. I was doing the same, but I was doing it with ego. I am helping. So Gurudev wanted to teach me a lesson by giving the money and stopping it. Boy, by his people in a mysterious way. I got to know it afterwards. This is how the great people serve the humanity. And this is how the Guru trained their the ego is the more dangerous quality which ruins the disciple, the seekers, and that should be crossed somehow or other by both, by effort of the disciple and by the grace of, by the help of. This is how the great art in subtle realm of existence. They don't show it to be. Miracles happen, but you cannot see the miracle then and there before you, just as so they will do hand like that and show something in the hand. That is not miracle. It is only to persuade people. So in this way, Gurudev used to teach some other stories as well. Today, in what state of subtle existence these great people do their mission. They do their duties towards the mankind. That is what I want to tell you. I had the great chance to serve Gurudev personally. Gurudev used to have some inner circle of attendants, and after some time, I got the chance to serve Gurudev personally. So I used to carry his cushion when he used to go for a morning walk and other works, of course, in Gurudev Kuti and in satsang, everywhere I used to serve him personally. But one story, how he knows the mind of the disciples. There was a small bhandara, feast. Somebody offered some money for some bhandara. So Gurudev, it was not for everyone in the ashram, for few people. So Gurudev called some people, important persons in the ashram, and asked them to come to Kuti, Gurudev's abode. And it used to happen sometimes. And that day, about 20, 30 people, and they used to sit in Gurudev's veranda, and they are served. And our Hridayanand Mataji, who was personal doctor for Gurudev and who was eye surgeon, by whose effort the first hospital was established in Sivananda ashram in those days. It was eye hospital. She was a great eye doctor, surgeon also. And people used to stand in queue for 2, 3 hours waiting for 4 hours, 5 hours. So many people used to come, and everybody was treated nicely. And her name was Hridayanand Mata. Mata Hridayanand. No, Hridayanand. Kuti Mataji came afterwards. And she used to be always with Gurudev because she was personal doctor for Gurudev and she was serving Gurudev in every respect. So that day, on that Bhandara day, she used to sit always near Gurudev and always she will be near Gurudev so that she can attend to him. That day she was sitting near Gurudev. Gurudev was sitting in a chair and a table he used to eat because he could not sit down. Others were sitting down. And after the Bhandara was over, Gurudev left little payas, little kheer, and little remnants, whatever was there in the plate. It was given to her by Gurudev himself. It was a great chance. Not all the people would get such chances to have Gurudev's remnants. So I was, of course, the Bhandara was over, everybody was waiting, and Gurudev gave the prasad to Mataji, and I was sitting in that corner, last corner, standing, waiting. When the people go away, I shall clean everything. Then I heard the thought, what fortunate person is Dr. Mataji. What great luck. How fortunate is she. She gets prasad every day from Gurudev. I am unlucky fellow. Though I have come to Gurudev, I cannot get such prasad from Gurudev. I am not fortunate. And with these feelings, some drops of tears came out of my eyes. I wiped it out. And of course, everything was over. And next day, when Gurudev came out for a morning walk, and he used to go up to some distance, I used to take, I was the smallest of all the attendants. So, youngest. I used to carry the cushions and clean the place where Swamiji want to sit. And I will be behind everyone. So that day, Gurudev went for a walk, and while coming back, he was sitting just on the roadside on a bench in the ashram, just on the front of the hospital. It was just on the roadside, on the same level. The Gurudas was sitting there, waiting for a little, and then he will go back to Kutir. And at that time, some cycle man was carrying some what do you call it, uh, biscuit वगैरह, snacks and snacks, ready, ready, fresh snacks to sell it in Rishikesh town. He was coming from our Lakshman Jula side, and he was passing by. So by that time, Santananji, another attendant who used to be with Swamiji always, and look after Swamiji's personal kitchen and foods, etc. So he stopped the cycleman and he wanted to purchase some snacks for the Gurudev's kitchen. And he stopped the cycleman and took some snacks, some biscuits, and gave to Gurudev for tasting whether it is fresh and okay for Gurudev. So Gurudev tasted it, half, just big biscuit, long biscuit, and he tasted a little and said, yes, yes, it is very fresh. You can purchase it for the kitchen. And I was standing just behind Gurudev, and Gurudev stretches his hand with the half-eaten biscuit behind. Yes, Swami Premanand. I was shocked. I was looking at the other side of Ganga and I was not mindful. Swamiji is sitting. When he gets up, then my duty starts. You never expected also. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect. And when he stretches his hand behind and calls me Swami Premanand, eat it with love. Premanand means love and bliss. So eat it with love. That was first and last because I wanted from my heart, I felt for this Gurudev's prasad. He gave it the next day. He gave it the next day. This is how he knows and he respects the feelings of the disciples. Not only the disciples, he would respect everybody, everybody, even small children, old people, poor people, rich people. He would behave equally with everyone with love and affection. Everybody belongs to his family. And he knew the heart of everyone around him. And whatever he wanted to know, he knew it. Whosoever comes to him, near him, or talking with him, Gurudev used to look at him with one eye, closing one eye, and just one shoots the aim target with rifle, closing one eye and looking with another eye. Gurudev used to look at the person with one eye and he will scan the person and know everything about him, past, present, future, everything is known within a few seconds. In that way, he used to read the minds of every whosoever will be around him. or whatever he wanted to know. People used to pray him far away, and he will know it, and he will respond to it. People used to tell it afterwards. I thought like that, and Gurudev replied me in this way. Miracle. And I didn't tell you about my sannyasi. Gurudev used to, of course, I came and the ashram, and I started my life in ashram. I didn't know anything about sannyas life, or one had to take sannyas or diksha. Nothing I knew. Just Gurudev called me, I have come. My work is over. I have to think for nothing. And once it happened, Gurudev used to go for morning walk. And one day, while coming back, I was behind everyone. Some 5, 6 attendants used to come behind Swamiji while walking. And that day I was walking behind everyone. And Dr. Mataji stopped a little and asked me, Mahanti, don't you want to take sannyas? Don't you want to take sannyas? I didn't know when I have to take sannyas or I have to take sannyas. I had no idea at all. So I asked her, should I take sannyas? Should I take sannyas? She said, yes. If you want to take sannyas, you have to ask Gurudev. And if he permits, then your name will be enlisted. List is going on for people who want to take sannyas. And after 2 days, Sivaratri day, Gurudev used to give sannyas diksha every Sivaratri day, every year. So that time, about 18 people were ready for sannyas diksha. Their names were listed, and arrangements should be done, making some cloths, copings, line cloths, and other arrangements, oven, etc. It takes a day. So for arrangements, everything, the names have to be there. How many people? So about 18 people were there, and our Swami Atanaji, who is here, he was also one of them, and other persons were there. I didn't know anything about it. And when Mataji asked them, I said, is it one has to take sannyas? So have I to go to Swamiji for permission? Yes, she said. Yes, you have to take permission from Gurudev. So I made up my mind. Yes, I have to take sannyas. It was she who enkindled my wish in me. One has to take sannyas. So when Gurudev comes for the morning satsang and office work, in the office, when everything was completed, Gurudev was ready to go back to Kutir. Then I came. At that time, I was serving Gurudev. So I came before him, stood before him, and with folded hands, I asked Gurudev, I want to take sannyas. He looked at me for a while and then he said, once only, no, that much. No. I was disappointed. Why Gurudev says no? He is giving sannyas to seven people. Am I not qualified? Or something wrong is there with me? Something. Why did he not allow me? I was going on thinking I was disappointed. Then again in the evening satsang, Gurudev came to evening satsang. When satsang was over, he was going back at about 10:30, 11 in the night. At that time again I came before him and with folded hands I asked Gurudev, I want to take sannyas. Again he said twice, no, no. Again I was disappointed. Third time, next day in the morning office and satsang, again I came before him with folded hands. I stood there and asked Gurudev, I want to take sannyas. This much only. Then he opened his mouth. He said, Oh ji, if you want to take sannyas, you have to take permission from your parents. Because he heard the previous incident. Many people come to Buddha, many youngsters, and their parents used to shoot cases against Buddha. Many times it happened. So Gurudev was very much alert. And in my case, of course, this has happened already. My father sent a telegram, don't ruin my child's future. That's how I went back to home second time from ashram. And now he explains everything. Oji, if you want to take sannyas, then you have to take permission from your parents. Then only. This was too much for me because I wanted to take sannyas and Mataji asked me, so why should he not give me sannyas? Hridayanand Mataji. So I was disappointed and the whole day I was thinking how to get permission from my parents. Only one day is left. One day is left. So I was thinking seriously, how can I get permission? There was no phone in those days, telephones. And if I send telegram also takes time, at least 3 days, at least 3 days, or else 4 days it needs to get a reply from my parents. Now only tomorrow So how can I get permission? It is impossible. Does it mean Gurudev will not give me sannyas? So whole night also that day, whole day I was serious. And night also after satsang I went to my Gurudev, my room, and I was weeping and weeping all the night. Serious. I was just weeping. Gurudev, I cannot get permission from my parents. I cannot. So with that mood, I got little sleep at about 1 o'clock. I could sleep a little for a while. And at 3 o'clock, I got up again with a beautiful, splendid idea. When I got up, I thought, Gurudev he wants permission from parents. Who is your parent? Now you have left the world. You chant Tameva Mata cha Pita Tameva Tameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tameva Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Tameva Sarvam Deva Deva. And with this prayer you pray Gods and Gurudev all the time. So is it for chanting sake or do you really feel it? Do you mean it really? So I had the idea. I wrote a letter to my father. I addressed, my dear father, Gurudev wants your permission to give me sannyas. So be kind to permit me to get sannyas. Your obediently son, my name, and address was His Holiness Swami Sivananda Maharaj, President Divine Love Society, Rishikesh, Sivananda wrote the letter, put it in a cover, and took it with me. And I had to do my job in the morning satsang to attend Gurudev and do all my duties. So morning satsang was almost over. My work was almost over. Giving coffee and tea to everyone and bringing the packets, parcel packets to show Gurudev whether the address is right or wrong. And some other works. My work was over and satsang was almost over. Then I went near Swami Gurudev and asked Santanam Swami, another elderly Guru Bhai, who was there with Swamiji. He used to help Swamiji as a personal assistant. So I gave him, Swamiji, can you give this letter to Gurudev? He wondered, why can you not give the letter to Gurudev? I said, no, please. I had no courage to give the letter to Gurudev directly. So I gave him the letter to hand over to Gurudev. He took it from me and gave to Gurudev. So Gurudev asked, what is that? Swamiji, Mahanti has given this letter to you. Mahanti? Letter to me? Open it out, read it out. So Santana Saji opened the envelope and took the letter and read it before everyone. This was said, my dear father, Gurudev wants permission from you to give me sannyas diksha. So I request you to permit me to take sannyas. Please allow me. And your obediently son, my name was there. What does it mean? Gurudev asked. So Mataji, Hridayanand Mataji was sitting just near Gurudev. So she could understand, not others. She could understand my feelings. Mother's heart. She could understand, then she explained, Gurudev, you wanted permission from his parents. Now who is his parents? You are his parents. You are his father and mother, and you are his guru. So you have to give permission as well as you have to give diksha, sannyas. Oh ji, Gurudev started. Oh ji, this trick will not do. He said loudly. Oh ji, this trick will not do. That much was enough for me. I broke down to tears. I went behind the office working area, and there was an almirah. I hid myself behind the almirah. I was weeping profusely. I could not help it. Sobbing, weeping, and of course, little work was left, my work. So when the satsang ends, I should be there. So Gurudev wanted me. Where has that boy gone? Call him for this. So somehow our other Guru has, were searching for me, and one of them would see me hiding behind the almirah. He went to see me, and he comes and reports to Gurudev. Swami is weeping. What? Weeping? Yes, Swami. He is hidden behind the office and is weeping. Call him, bring him here. So two of other Gurus came to me and forcibly lifted me and brought me before Gurudev. I could not control myself. I was weeping loudly. Then Gurudev looked at me and he said, Jappulan, oh ji, does a boy weep like this? Only girls weep, not the boys. He was able to tell this much. I burst into laughter. Where that weeping disappeared. In the mood he said, I burst into laughter. So everybody started laughing. And this boy was weeping now. And now he's laughing. Then Gurudev said, "Oh, ji, write his name on the top of the list. He is the first boy to get sannyas. He is the first boy." In this way, I got the sannyas diksha. And when he gave sannyas, of course, all of us, about 1920 people were there. When all the rituals were over and Gurudev sat in a chair and used to give him, he gave us some direction of what to do, how to do, all those uh, directions. He said, of course, to everyone, but particularly looking at me, he said, "Oh, ji, don't think this ashram belongs to you. Oh, ji, don't think this ashram belongs to you. You have to beg and eat." This much he said. And of course, after 2, 3 years, I had to leave the ashram and came away. And I spent many years on alms only. I used to go for alms, and taking alms means it will cross your ego, cross your ego. May you be a great person from so high family, but you are a beggar. You have to beg and eat. You have nothing in this world. You have renounced everything. I used to live here without anything, without anything. Once in a day, I used to take picture and nothing more to eat in the room, and no belongings also, only 1 or 2 blankets and my commander, picture patron, and some 2, 3 clothes. That's all. I spent with this much of belongings for at least 10, 12 years. Then, of course, slowly, when I came down from Aina Devi, my solitude, then I started cooking in my own house. And then only I had to collect dry bicha, dry fresh, yes, dry rations from village, and I had to cook for myself. So slowly, when I cook for myself, I have to keep something for others also. I cannot eat all by myself. So slowly it started growing. So in this way, Gurudev gave me Diksha as of sannyas. After that, when Gurudev passed away, I came here to Uttarakhand. Once after my sannyas diksha, about say 5-6 months afterward, one day I was sitting all alone in Ganga bank, and all of a sudden, just before Gurudev's kutir, just near to Gurudev's kutir, before the kutir, near Ganga bank, little, in those days there was a little sandy beach, small sandy beach. There I was sitting near Ganga bank, and it was evening. Slowly it got dark. I sat there up to about 10, 11. All of a sudden, an idea came to me. You have to go to Uttarkasi. I had heard about Uttarkasi from other gurus, and all of a sudden, the last that thought came to my mind. I have to go. Why? I don't know. Then I was thinking seriously for hours. Gurudev, why do you want to send me to Uttarakhand? It is you who is prompting in my heart. I have to go to Uttarakhand. Why should I go? Where to go? What to do? I don't know anything. This strong thought, I have to go to Uttarakhand. I was just praying Gurudev seriously from my heart of heart. And at about 10:30 in the night, I went to my room. And the next day, when in the evening time, afternoon, at about 3-4 o'clock, when I was taking bath in Ganga, I had to keep people used to take twice bath in summer days. So evening bath, some children, ashram children, boys, and some Mahatmas, they also come to Ganga evening bath. Ganga bath will be very delicious. I had come, and another Guru Bhai also was sitting in Ganga bath. Oh, Premananda, have you come for bath? Yes, I said. I kept my tiffin carrier and my all the key bonds and my dry clothes there, and told him to see my things are here. I am going upstream to jump to Ganga and come by swimming. Children used to swim in Ganga, then enjoy it. I also was a very good swimmer. I used to swim also. I used to go the other side of Ganga also. Very few could cross across Ganga by swimming because strong current. So I went upstream and I told him my things are here. Please look at us. You are sitting there doing japa, and afterwards you will take one. So I went up to some distance, yes, and from a big rock there upstream. From there, people used to jump to Ganga. So I reached that spot, and all of a sudden, I thought I have to go to Uttarakhand. Yesterday, thought came again. I have to go to Uttarakhand. Array, when to go? How to go? What to do there? Nothing. Just one strong thought. You have to go to Uttarakhand. And then from there onwards, I started my journey for Uttarakhand. From there, that spot, I had nothing with me. Just I walked upwards towards the jungle, and from there, Dattatreya temple, and from there I entered the backside road, and no, ashram backside. There is a road bypass from Lakshman Jhula to Rishikesh. There is a bypass. Yes. So I got that road, and then I walked towards Uttarkasi, Narendranagar. Yes, motor road. And I came away. I took 4 days to reach Uttarkasi. My reaching Uttarkasi and my experience is different. But that day in the ashram, everybody was searching for me. Where has the person gone? The person whom I handed over my things, keys, and my cloth and tiffin carrier, he was waiting for me. I told him I will jump to Ganga and come by swimming. So he thought Premanand must be drowned or carried away by Ganga. He is dead. He spread the rumor that Premanand is dead. This thing happened, and he is not found here. So he must have drowned. So the whole ashram was searching for me. Nobody could get any information about that day. All those Guru-wise and Swami's attendants, because I was one of them. They said, asked Swami in the evening satsang, Gurudev, Premanand is missing. He is drowned in the Ganga, and Gurudev should pray for his departed soul. Gurudev used to pray for everyone, but he didn't pray for me. He didn't pray for me. He used to pray for everyone, but he didn't pray for me in that day. He just kept quiet. Next day again, evening satsang, Santanji said, Swamiji, Premanand was a very good, loving boy. Gurudev should pray for his departed soul. He has left his body. He is drowned in Ganga. That day also Gurudev heard, but he didn't respond. He didn't pray for him. Third day also, Gurudev was requested to pray for me. So third day when everybody forced Gurudev, Gurudev should pray for his departed soul. So Gurudev prayed. Just hear the wordings of Gurudev. Wherever the soul of Premanand may be, wherever Premanand's soul may be, prayer for him. He didn't say for his departed soul. Everything was known to him. And he was prompting me all the time in my heart. And he knew every bit of my person, everything he knew. And I left ashram, he knew. I was coming to Uttarakasi, he knew. And third day, of course, he prayed in this way because of force from all other gurus. So, fourth day, I read Uttarakasi, and when I read Uttarakasi, two of our ashramites, they had come for Gangotri Yatra, and they had returned back from Gangotri and they were staying in Uttarakasi. And another Guru Bhai, he was Sahajanand, who took sannyas with me same day. He was also in Uttarakasi, and I read the evening time, I read Uttarakasi. I was going in the road thinking where to go, what to do. Then he met me on the roadside. Are you are here? Yes. How are you here? I asked him, how are you here? Then he told everything about him and he asked everything about me. And then he said, come, I will take you to the other ashramites who are resting there in some ashram. Because I was very much tired. I had no footwear. I have nothing. 4 days I walked all the way. It was about 150 kilometers on those days. Now it is a little more because of Tihiri Dam. The road was taken little down, and 150 kilometers in 4 days. My feet were bleeding, cracks, and I had to collect some papers and rough cloths on the roadside and tie to my feet and walk. I had no food also. One day I had some little food. I was too much tired. Then those people, our ashramites, they had plenty of medicines, first aid, because one was working in a hospital and other was working in press. So both of them were friends. They had plenty of medicines. So they treated me nicely, made all bandages, and I started. All other arrangements were done by other Mahatmas, and I stayed here at least for 5-6 months. And when there was winter fall, then people threatened me, you cannot bear cold here in Uttarakhand, so you have to go back. So I had to go back to Assam. Now, how can I go? I didn't tell anyone, and I have come. Of course, now these two people, they went back to ashram, and they informed all about me in the ashram that Premananji is in Uttarakasi. This is how. Of course, third day, some people found out some dead body in Ganga bank, so they thought it was Premanand's body, and then only they forced Gurudev to pray for me, and Gurudev prayed in that way. Even then, Gurudev didn't pray for me, and then, of course, after 6 months again, when I was there, back, I met Gurudev in the same place in the roadside when he was sitting, taking little rest while walking, morning walk. I met Gurudev. They are prostrated before him. Then he looked at me. Oh, gee, I was thinking you to be a simple most boy, but now you have proved that you are the most crooked boy. Gurudev gave this remark. Of course, I didn't answer to his remark, and inwardly I was replying, Gurudev, it is your made. Whatever I am, it is your make. You have made me like this. And of course, I continued Gurudev. Yes, another incident. That night, when I was there in satsang, night satsang, I had the strong desire to express my feelings and my experiences at Uttarakhand, because Rishikesh ashram people, they don't know much about Uttarakhand. So because I have come back from Uttarakhand after 6 months doing tapasya there, I used to keep mauna all the time and keep close in the room. I didn't come out mostly. So I had little experience in 6 months. So I was so curious to express my experiences to others. I had the keen desire. I was thinking, sitting in satsang, and every evening satsang, some ashramites, some guruvais, they used to lecture for 10 minutes or 15 minutes according to the direction of Gurudev. And 2-3 people used to talk on spiritual, some, spiritual scriptures, whatever, say some Upanishads or something. And some visitors, if Gurudev likes, Gurudev calls him for speaking something. Sometimes great learned people come to ashram and they were given chance to speak in satsang. And in that way, that day, a satsang was going on, and after first lecture, Gurudev calls me. Yes, now Premanand will tell about his experiences at Uttarakhand. I didn't say anything. I was just thinking. And he knows the heart of everyone sitting there. He called me. I got up and I was so much scared. How did Gurudev know my heart? I was trembling with fear. Then I folded my hands. Gurudev, I am not ready to speak. Okay, okay, okay. You'll speak up. Then I sat down. Then again thoughts came to me that when Gurudev calls everyone, whosoever comes to satsang, some visitors, Gurudev, you to come. So it may be coincidence. How can I be sure that Gurudev knows my heart, my mind? What is the proof? Gurudev, of course, calls anybody and everybody. It depends upon him. All the visitors, whosoever he likes, he have to come, a call for speaking. So this may be coincidence. If Gurudev calls me second time now, then only it will be ascertained. It will be confirmed that Gurudev knows my heart. Again, second time, of course, when I sat down, some other person was asked to speak for 10, 15 minutes. After his 15 minutes was over, again Gurudev. Now Swami Premanand is ready to speak. Second time he called. He said he is ready to speak. Yes. Again I was wonderstruck. I was shocked. Gurudev knows my heart. Then that time also I was trembling with fear. No, Gurudev, I cannot speak now. Please excuse me. I cannot speak now. Okay. Some other person was given the chance to speak. Third time I thought. Second time, because first time I said I was not ready. So Gurudev must have thought. Second time he has got ready. He had thought over what to speak. Second time may be coincidence. If third time he asks me, then it is confirmed totally clear. Then only I will know. I will agree that Gurudev knows my heart. Third time he came. Now he is fully prepared. Third time he asked me. Now he is fully prepared. When he calls me third time, stormy wind. I was so much afraid. I could not speak. So I was keeping quiet, just standing there. Then they said, okay, okay. Then he called some other person. So this is how Gurudev answers your questions. Your mind is read by Gurudev. So he still listens to you. Everything, every thought you think, he knows. 3 times he called me and answered to my challenge. I was telling him and he answered me. Only the person between whom it is going on, they know, others will know nothing. This is how Gurudev used to work in this subtler plane, and he knew everything, past, future, at present, and he knew everyone's mind. He used to read thoughts of everyone clearly. There will not be any doubt. So for today, this much, and tomorrow we shall continue with some other uh, incidents what happened with such saints and sages, yogis. They no doubt work in subtler planes, and they have relationship with the whole universe. And one who knows everything, he does nothing. He just keeps quiet and he witnesses it. And whatever is being done by him, it is by the spontaneous need of the hour, done by the nature. His personality does everything, while he is completely unattached with all these functions going everywhere. He will be just some instrument, means his body, his senses, his personality will be some instrument in the hands of God. And this is how the great saints and sages live in this world without being attached to anything, without being bound to anything. Yet they wonder what they can do. None other worldly people, ignorant people can do. Ordinary worldly people can do like that. Their working system is universal and subtle more. Really. This is how they control the whole world. They pray for the whole world. They serve the whole world. Whatever they do, it is for the whole universe. Hari Om, Jai Gurudev. Om पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की। हरे
स्वामी जी बंद करो ना।
स्वामी जी हरिओम। स्वामी जी हरिओम।
हरिओम हरिओम हरिओम। My pranam to everyone.